All right, my beautiful friends, it is Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022. Welcome to the Freak Show. And it is a freaking freak show. Let's look over at this market real quick. So, what happened just yesterday? We heard from the Federal Reserve, Yellowstone Powell, and he's talking about how the Fed could certainly be aggressive moving forward, raising rates. The market didn't like that. We finished slightly in the negative across the board after being higher. Okay, what's the real effect here? The 10-year yield. We watched it go higher. The market is now pricing in more rate hikes. And stock futures right now, guess what? They're higher across the board. That's how the market works. You're going to see the 10-year, you knew this already. You and I have discussed right here on this blog at length, I don't know how many times, that we would eventually see the 10-year yield settle above 2%. Now, we are clearly above 2%, 2.35 as a matter of fact the last time I looked. And in my view, you're going to see this probably remain here or move higher depending on what the Federal Reserve decides to do or not do. I believe sincerely we're getting more hikes moving forward. That the lie will be propagated and pushed down people's throats that raising rates is going to make any difference with regard to inflation, and it will not. In order for that to happen, as I have covered, the benchmark rate would have to be higher than the current rate of inflation, and that will not happen. They will never allow it to happen. Why? Because it would melt down the stock market, and they will not allow that. Again, there's a massive wealth transfer effect going on right now. Wealth is being stolen from the masses and being pushed right up to the 1 and 2 percenters. And that's the way it always is. Whatever politician, whether it's the current imbecile president or anybody else that is trying to push the narrative of some kind of a wealth equality, inequality, however they word it, all they're trying to tell you is, yeah, don't worry about it. We're going to make the rich even richer. And that's how it always works. Wealth always moves higher. The rest of it's just a charade. It's just a show. They're trying to sell you something, all right? The stock market is pricing in, as I just said, more rate hikes moving forward, and the market's going to love it. The market is going much higher. So get yourself on the right side of this. Take advantage of the positions I have suggested right on my website, traderschoice.net, Gregory Mannarino stock picks. Go look at that. Anyway, let us move forward here. So we have a slightly weaker dollar this morning, and wouldn't you believe it, we got gold and silver under some pressure. We got cryptocurrencies right now doing fantastic across the board. Bitcoin's around 43,000. We got crude oil surging higher. Yet again, WTI about $113, $114 a barrel, and you haven't seen anything yet. So again, you need to get involved here, people. Oil and gas producers, you need to have these in your portfolio. I have 3 listed on my website. Pick one, okay? And in each of these pays a nice dividend. Defense contractors taking off if you want to get involved in that too. You need exposure to commodities here. Period, the end. You know all this already. I'm really trying to set you up, all of you, for how this is unfolding, and I want us to take advantage of it, period, the freaking end. Okay, there we go. So that's really the story today, this morning. We got stock futures higher across the board as the market is, not anything major, but higher, pointing towards a higher open. Yesterday we had, look, it's so sick. We had 4 consecutive days of gains in this market. We gave back a little bit yesterday. It looks like, at least at the open here, we're going to put on more gains. And, look, the market is being propped up. It's being propped up on the back of the promise of exponentially expanding debt and inflation as well. I really hope you understand the setup here, okay? Central banks around the world in no way, shape, form, or anything else are going to stop inflating. They're all of them, a race to the bottom with regard to their currencies, okay? And you need to be on the opposite side of that trade. You need to be betting against the hyper bubble in debt, which people, that's another thing I want you to take away from this video, and I've been pushing this point home a lot. If you think that global debt is going to slow in any way, shape, or form, along with global inflation, then you've been duped, okay? Global debt is going to balloon from here along with inflation. And the Federal Reserve and every central bank can sit back here and double fist feed you the bullshit that, yeah, we're going to raise rates. That's going to make your life better. No, they continue to buy assets with cash created out of thin air. Nobody is taking action. You and I, we are the resistance. I've said this before. You have to start talking about these things. Get it out there. Try to get people to understand that they are being robbed, blind, fleeced, turned into slaves by central banks around the world, none more so than the Federal Reserve. Everything else is just garbage. All the distractions, the look here's, the don't look here, the war everywhere, which is a central bank backed and instituted mechanism to continue to borrow cash from the future. And they're going to continue to prolong that crisis and whatever other crisis is coming down the pike. People don't get it. They don't understand what they're looking at. They don't, because again, they have no clue. They don't realize that they have no government, no real government that represents them. That they're being consistently lied to, propagandized, and distracted. They don't get it. And this is why people are suffering right now and will continue to suffer much, much worse. I mean, people, we are sincerely in the middle of what? What are we in the middle of? What do I tell you all the time? The wipeout of an entire class of people. The middle class is going extinct globally. That's the mechanism. This is all by design. And you can expect this to get much, much worse here moving forward, people. Look, you and I, we got to really think about what we need to do to keep ourselves on the right side of this. You know something? I had recently said that when I had suggested to buy defense contractors, and there was just something in my brain like I couldn't pull the trigger on them. That won't happen again. I'm telling you right now. I know I'm going to get a lot of negative feedback from this, but I'm not going to let a single thing get past me anymore. All right, I should have bought defense contractors. It's really the truth. This whole thing is a freak show, and it really is every man and woman for himself, although we got to band together like I always tell you. Yeah, that was a mistake on my part. I should have just pounced on it. I did suggest, getting involved in these things if you were so inclined. All my stuff that I tell you to, or suggest that you do that I have on my website, defense contractors are listed there. Look, we know the game, and we can't let it destroy us. We have to take advantage of it, unfortunately, but by I think any means that we possibly can at this point, because this is leading up to a climax that people are not going to believe. Again, the grand finale here, people, is a debt market meltdown on a biblical scale, and that's going to destroy the stock market. By design, commodities are going to skyrocket beyond anyone's wildest dreams. I mean, beyond anyone's wildest dreams. So you need exposure here, as I've explained to you. So that's it. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done letting a single thing get past me. It's not getting past me anymore, or anybody who follows this blog. Look, we all participate in the system. Okay, we all transact in central bank issued notes. Whether you're in the stock market or not, you're in it anyway. If you're holding dollars, okay, you're investing in dollars or euros or any other fiat currency. If you're holding them in your bank account, which you don't even own anyway, if you're holding them to just pay them back to the central banks plus interest that they create out of thin air, you are in this market bigger than anyone else, just as I am. You understand? So we can't let an opportunity pass us by. If we're sitting here and we are swiping digital dollars or holding dollars in our accounts, we're in it. You're in the market too, just like everybody. And if you're going to the store, buying things. You're participating in the entire freak show, however you want to look at it. And you can't get away from it. They've set it up this way by design. Okay? We, all of us, are slaves to the system. So we have to decide, again, whether we're going to take advantage of everything that comes our way or not. Me, I learned my lesson here, people. Look, I don't always get things right. You all know that, and nothing's going to get past me again. Nothing. That was a mistake on my part. I should have bought defense contractors when I said to. It's still not too late. They're going much higher as war is going to be propagated and spread as a mechanism to destroy millions. And that's the way it's going to go. I think you all know that. It's all about control. It's all about reducing the size of the population as well in one way or the other. They want people down in that lower rung of society, as you all know, to make them slaves, to make them dependent on the system. You understand? And they can be controlled. They can be manipulated in that way. I'm not allowing that to happen to myself, and I don't want that to happen to you either. All right, people, look, with that said, yeah, sure. So I'm ready for the negative feedback, the negative comments here, but I don't give a damn. Okay, nothing's getting past me anymore. And if you feel like I'm not worthy of you watching me anymore, that's fine too. You can just go someplace else. I'm really fed up. All right, I'm really sick of this whole thing. What they're doing to people, what they're trying to do to you and me. And like I said, we haven't seen anything yet. And either we're going to let opportunity pass us by like I did recently, or we're not going to, and I will not let that happen again. All right, for my lions out here, I got your back. I got everyone's back, and I know you got mine. See you later.